This is in the Mirror Online. Teen has intimate relationship with creepy zombie doll, and they're set to marry next month. Felicity Kadlec, who has her doll's name tattooed on her arm, showers the figure with kisses and dresses her in pink clothes. A teenager says she, and this story is in the papers, so it must be true. A teenager says she's set to marry a creepy zombie doll that she's fallen harder for than any of her past boyfriends. Felicity Kadlec claims she has an intimate relationship with the young female doll called Kelly, which is covered in fake blood and has a mangled face. The 19-year-old, who has Kelly's name tattooed on her arm, showers the disturbing figure with kisses and dresses her in pink clothes. The doll was gifted to Felicity when she was just 13 after finding it on a creepy doll collection website, and the pair are now in love, the teen claims. creepydollcollectionwebsite.com. Felicity from the US state of Massachusetts says she plans to marry Kelly next month. The student said, I found Kelly on a creepydollcollectionwebsite.com, and I was gifted her when I was 13. But it wasn't until I was 16 years old that I started to get feelings for her. But it was something I kept on trying to deny. I have had boyfriends in the past and always thought I was in love with them, but they never made me feel the way I do now. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand our relationship, but I am so confident that I'm in love with Kelly that I got her name tattooed on my arm. We have a normal, intimate relationship which is progressing in the normal way, and we are getting married in September. Despite having owned Kelly for over 6... Well, anyway, there's no point in me reading this story about Felicity Kadlec in Massachusetts, because we're going to go to Massachusetts now and speak to Felicity Kadlec. Good evening, Felicity.
Hello.
How are you doing, Felicity?
Well, I'm doing great. I just took Kelly out for a ride, and we feel great, yeah.
So, you're getting married to a zombie doll.
Yes, and I have to be honest, when you call her disturbing and creepy, I always thought to myself, like, if a kid comes out deformed and they get picked on, and then they go home and kill themselves, everybody gets mad, but then they pick on a doll that looks, deformed or whatever, and it's nothing. But if they turn around, like if Trump, the president, turned around and said, no black dolls on the market, everybody would be freaking out, even though it's just a doll. So I don't feel that she's disturbing.
No, she's got no lower jaw, has she? And her face is all pummeled in, and it's all black and bruised. So that's quite, yeah. And it's not. Yes, if I were to, if it were a black doll that you were in love with, and I were to say, well, she's in love with a black doll, and that's crazy, then yeah, of course, but because that would be offensive to people of colour. But I don't think I'm being particularly offensive to the zombie community by saying that doll.
Well, I'm not talking about you. I just mean people who, maybe I shouldn't get into it. I'm trying to.
No, get into it, Felicity. You're honestly, you won't get a better audience than here. I trust me, in terms of understanding. So, there's so much I want to ask. Why has it not worked? Well, first of all, okay, here we go. It says in this story that you've had boyfriends in the past, but yes. Kelly, am I right that Kelly is a girl doll?
Yes.
So does that? Are you? And if this is an inappropriate question, then please tell me to be quiet. My mob is. Are you bisexual, or are you just gay for dolls, or how does that work? If you know how it works.
Well, I must say, let me just explain. I was the first time when I was living with somebody else, I had said at 16 I was dating this 5'7" clown doll I have. Her name is Cece, and she's a woman. And I said I think I like girls, but then I had people telling me that's not gay. That's just being weird. But to be honest, if I could get Kelly with doll parts like a real doll, people say when you're gay, I'm going to use appropriate language on here, but if you like the down below area, if you like that, I mean, but then again, you have other people saying, oh, well, it's not about parts, it's about hearts. And I don't know whether I know I'm gay for Kelly, but I don't feel, I dated a male doll too with a mask on. He kind of represents Michael Myers. But other than that, I dropped him too. I kept going back to Kelly, and I don't know whether I'm gay or not. If I say I'm gay, people say no because she's a doll. But
But also, you're young as
the way she is.
You're young, and you got the rest of life to work out what you are. And sexuality is not binary. It's kind of it's a spectrum, isn't it? You know, we're all a little bit everything, aren't we? I think
it's about the hearts.
Hearts, not parts.
You could fall in love with a guy. You don't know, because it's about the connection and the bonding. When I first met Kelly, I didn't have lesbian feelings for her, but then all of a sudden, she just took my breath away, I guess I could say.
There's a picture of you going to kiss Kelly, and under the caption, "The zombie doll is missing part of its face and is covered in fake blood." How does one get intimate, sexually intimate, with a zombie doll?
You want me to say it on the radio? I mean, I don't want to get a little, you want me to say it on the radio?
I want you to say it. It's a late night show over here. As long as you don't use any particularly rude words, we can do this. If you go too far, I can tell you, but I think we can do this, Felicity.
All right, well, she can't really do much to me because I feel like in a way it's kind of like her own disability. Like every doll, they can't move, but they have a spirit. Like they have like that Robert the doll in Florida. She's not evil like him, but she has her own spirit. I rub up against her. I kiss her chest. She just so. And even thinking about it, then sometimes I'm listening to certain music and I think about her. I think about her like taking off her clothes, like just I don't know. I love her so much. I'm going to be honest with you, and I know this had nothing to do with what you asked me, but I can't stand people, and even though she's kind of like a person to me, she would never hurt me the way I've been hurt recently.
Oh, man, now I know. Now I get you, Felicity. I can't stand people either. They only let you down.
Yeah, you know what they'll do to you is somebody, I'm not going to mention any names because this is a TV, but I had somebody living here where I'm living now, and I'm not going to mention any name, but the person, oh yeah, you're my friend. I love you, giving me kisses on the cheek, and then all of a sudden she turns around and it's a long story, but people are trying to help me get my life together, and all of a sudden, people think that I like to be baby, that I think I'm a little kid because I used to be like that. I like being a woman, and they think I want to be a little kid. And she says, "No, you're going to do it," and you're going to start pointing a finger at me, and I'm like, "Are you serious right now?" Like, I tell you what, my friends, they come around, they get nasty. And there's always an excuse. They're high, they're drunk, they're coming down from a drug thing. Everybody has an excuse but me. I have bipolar, I have depression, and I do things, and here I am getting into trouble. There's always an excuse, and I can't stand it. Kelly's the best.
So you're right, go on.
Kelly's the best thing that ever happened to me. My father, who's now dead, and I want everybody to know this and make sure everybody hears this, he died. Okay, and he died, and we were so close. When I was 11 years old, I knew Kelly when I was 10, but I didn't dare tell my adopted mother, because my adopted mother, she would have flipped and said, "You're not getting something like that, $400, and it's bloody and it's gruesome." And Mark, this is not my words, but she's ugly. So what I did was, at first I wanted the boy zombie doll, then I went on to Kelly. And my dad would say no. Then he turned around and he said, "If you get good grades, I'll buy her for you."
Okay.
So he bought her for me on my 13th birthday. Then just this past March, he passed away, and he was actually really starting to like Kelly, and because she caused me so much joy. He said I loved my father, and I do feel like the night he died, which I regret because I was kind of bitter because he didn't go to the hospital in time, and I didn't give him enough kisses and hugs. And he died that way.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I feel like he came to Kelly and said, "You take care of my baby," because Kelly's taking care of me. Because I'm going to be honest with you, is it okay if I say it? It's nothing vulgar, but is it okay? It's about depression. Is it okay if I say it?
Yeah, go on.
I self-harm sometimes, and I know I shouldn't say it, but when I put Kelly in the bathroom with me when I take a shower and she's there, I won't do it in front of her. I could never do anything in front of her because she's not capable of. She helps me. People don't understand. I don't want people to be so rotten.
Yeah. How long ago did you say a lot of information there. How long ago did you say your dad passed away?
It was March. It's now August. I'm not good with
March of this year. Oh, okay. So that's recent, man. That is recent, and that is rough. I'm really sorry for your loss.
I told myself, I don't want you. I'm a very sane person. I don't want you to think, but these are my feelings. If I wrote a book, I would put this in a book. But I want you to know that when I first knew when I first could see the signs that he was going to pass away, he wasn't eating a lot. He was getting sick. I turned around and I told Kelly, "I don't care what God would say. he's breaking a bond and I will end my life. And then I turned around and I said, wait, I can't do that because Kelly will pass on with me. I think Kelly wants to enjoy life. Regardless, I got to bag her head all the time. I'm not a bad person.
No, you're not a bad person.
I hate having these.
You're not a bad person.
I have these people messaging me on Facebook saying, "Oh, why the hell? Excuse my language. Are you in love with that zombie?" I'll just delete them. I did nothing. I'm not molesting children. I'm not killing people. I'm not blowing up schools like all these wackos are doing. Okay, Kelly wouldn't do something like that either. Kelly doesn't hurt people, and I couldn't even bear a child. Okay, because if I had a child, how do I know how the kid's going to turn out? It could kill people. It could be a schizophrenic. I can't bring my kid into this world with all these cruel people. I want to be with Kelly. I don't want kids. Okay. And I got to tell you one more thing.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, I must be talking too much.
No, it's you. I'm enjoying hearing your story, Felicity. You sound like a really wonderful human being. So you carry on. Go on.
Thank you. Well, I always told myself I couldn't do this now because Kelly is not. People might think it's unhealthy, but I wouldn't want to get my kid taken off me. I don't have any kids. Just letting you know. But if Kelly was a real doll, if she could walk and you could hear her talk or whatever, I would probably give her children so she could have that love without kids running. She would at least have a kid that wouldn't run away screaming from her. I would love to take Kelly out in public, but like one time, and my grandfather, who's done a lot for me, but he's trying to protect me, said, some woman's going to go off on you if you have that doll and that kid gets scared of her.
Yeah.
So I can't take that because when I get mad about my doll, I don't want the police to get called over the doll. That's not good.
Felicity, can I ask? You mentioned and thank you for sharing some really intimate details with me. You mentioned your self-harming. When was the last time you self-harmed?
Oh, it was a while ago. I mean, Kelly's really helped me.
Good.
Plus, my grandfather too. He says I shouldn't say these things, especially on the computer or especially on the radio, because I might get put away somewhere, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to kill myself because I have Kelly. I can't do that to her. I have a life with her. If I die, I can't have a ceremony in the back. I don't want to kill myself.
Good.
I don't really want to die. I want the pain to stop.
And what do you think is causing the pain? There's a big question, huh? 'Cause we talk a lot about mental health and mental illness on this show, and it's a pretty impossible question to ask, but where do you think the pain is coming from for you?
Losing dad and people.
You've lost other people as well, have you?
Well, put it this way. I'm going to say it. I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm going to say it. I went through hell this summer. And Kelly was in an ambulance with me. She went to the hospital with me. Okay, I'm not going to tell you exactly what I did, but I was arguing with people. I even fought with my adopted sister. But I guess one of my adopted family members, after my father died, who adopted me, she couldn't take me anymore. This was like 4 months later. So she called the crisis people, and she had me put away in a nut house. And even my grandpa said, "You might have some problems. Or you're not balancing. You have some guy walking around, rubbing his head, talking to himself, not even." He's acting like he's not even all there. You got another woman who's throwing milk at people. I'm not like that. I would never hurt anybody. The only time I would hurt you is to try to hurt Kelly. I'm not like that.
And listen.
You leave me alone.
And I'm not suggesting for a second that you're a nut. But have you? I know that your medical system is slightly different to what we have over here, and that you have to pay for stuff. But have you seen a doctor or a psychiatrist to talk about the depression and the self-harm and the suicidal thoughts?
I do see a therapist and I do see a psychiatrist.
Okay.
He's met Kelly. He doesn't like slasher movies, but he's met Kelly. He didn't cringe. He was very respectful.
Good for him.
I don't like the word ugly, because ugly means you're being a bully, and we're having a lot of that in this world, bullying.
Yeah.
Okay, that means ugly. Kelly is a beautiful doll. And listen, if I could have her recreated, if Dad was still alive and Dad could pay for it because Dad bought her for me, I would have the blood off her face, because that's what turns people off, is the blood. You don't even see the beauty inside her. She's got a little head. She's got pretty black hair. She's got little small hands. She's got little feet. She's adorable. And I got other dolls too, and they're poor babies. They don't do anything wrong. I want to tell some people, if your kid ever dies in a school shooting or something like that, get mad at them, not at me, because I'm not doing stuff like that. If anything, I would go into that school and I would protect everybody. I've had thoughts like that of protecting people and not hurting them and stuff, and taking down the shooter. Like, I want to be a hero one day. So how am I a nutcase because I have this doll? You tell me who's the real nutcase here, the school shooter or me?
I'm Felicity, right? When we got you on, I thought this is going to be a light, frothy little look at the slightly weird side of America. And what I'm coming to the conclusion is that you are a delightful human being. You are a beautiful spirit. You have you are precious, priceless, and valuable. And I'm kind of concerned, Felicity, because and tell me if I've got this wrong. Kelly to one side, I think you sound really lonely and a bit scared, and I'm just worried that you haven't got anybody else apart from Kelly in your corner.
I'll tell you this. No, I have my grandfather. He doesn't have a problem with him.
Okay.
He doesn't, I don't want no one taking Kelly off me doing this. I know nobody's going to take her from me because what it is I was born this way. Because even as a child, no, I didn't have Kelly. As a small child, but I always bonded with my stuffed animals. And Chucky the dog got me into dolls, but I always attached them. I gave them it just increased more. And I had this boy. He's still harassing me now. He was madly in love with me, and he's still harassing me, I think. And he didn't mind my dolls. I mean, we even did things, and I didn't like it, but I mean, I turned him down for Kelly. So you tell me what you think about that. I turned the guy down for Kelly. He was a charming young man. He was always showering his gifts. I didn't want him, though.
And am I right? You're 16, Felicity?
Oh, no, I'm 19.
I'm sorry, 19. No, yes, hey, listen, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Sorry if I said anything rude about Kelly at the start. No,
it's okay.
I wish you the best of luck, Felicity, and I hope things work out for you. And I really hope that you manage to get a grip on that self-harming stuff, because I know people that do that, and it doesn't work as a pain release, does it? It doesn't. You think it's going to make things better, and it doesn't really. You can do better than that. I know you can.
Thank you.
Thank you, Felicity. You take care of yourself, yeah, and send our best to Kelly.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Gosh, what a lot to think about there. Should we have a break and then have a chat about it?
Stimulating nightly emissions guaranteed to open your eyes and your mind.
Oh, my word.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Well, I learnt a lot from that conversation with Felicity. First of all, when we see these crazy stories in the papers and online about those nut jobs in the States, that actually there's probably a lot more to it than just the crazy woman in love with a zombie doll. I thought she was delightful, Felicity. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your story. And I thought that was going to be a fun, light-hearted story. If I'm honest, I thought it was publicising a book. That's where I was going to go. Instead, I think what it's publicising is the fact that that there are lots of, and I want to say this delicately, there are lots of troubled souls in the United States of America, emotionally and mentally troubled souls, that are not getting the treatment that they should be getting, because you got to pay for the treatment in America. You got to pay to go and see a doctor. You got to pay for your medication. And a 19-year-old girl like that, who self-harms, the doll to one side, okay, but a 19-year-old kid, 19-year-old woman, who self-harms, has suicidal thoughts, who it sounds like has had some pretty unpleasant sexual contact with at least one male in her life, and a dad's just died, and it doesn't sound like she gets on with her stepmom and step siblings. She's 19. What chance has that poor girl got? And she says she's seeing a psychologist and a counsellor. I wonder if she's on, bipolar and depression and anxiety. What chance has that kid got? That's bleak. What a lovely human being she was. And I feel a bit guilty because I was bringing her out to parade her as a freak show. Me and Hayley didn't know that was the situation at all. Well, don't forget her, Hayley. Shame on the Mirror for parading her like a freak show. And And I feel bad because that was my intention. As soon as I realise, you'll hear the change in tone about 2.5 minutes into the interview when it suddenly clicks that actually the doll isn't the story. The story is this young woman who's in pain, man, who's in pain. And you could hear that. And our treatment over here of people with mental health issues, I think you know what I'm saying. She mentioned bipolar and depression, and it could possibly be argued there may be a couple of other things going on. I don't know. I ain't a doctor. And our treatment of mental health issues is woefully inadequate in this country, but, you know, it's better than America. That's really hit me, that story, and I wish her the best of luck.